Big week this week for our mom.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Mom.
birthday, Mom. Coming up, and Josh, there's going to be a big snowstorm apparently.
Yeah, we're all just kind of waiting around here because hopefully we get to celebrate Mom's birthday with her. I mean, I guess everybody in the whole country is under this Arctic blast warning.
Are they?
I think so.
Well,
that's what I heard.
I didn't know that, but it makes sense because the Kansas City Chiefs Miami game was like negative 27 degrees.
Crazy. We're actually recording this. What is today? Sunday
the 14th.
I think this might be the early. Well, other than when we've had to get ahead for like babies and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
This is the earliest we've recorded. But just because if it rains this week, both of us sort of live in locations that are hard to get into and out of if there's ice on the road.
Yeah, Josh lives slightly up a hill, and I do too. One time we did have to, I remember, it was snowing, and we had to film. I had to park at like a convenience store and then walk a long way.
You parked at the front of the neighborhood and walked almost a mile to my house.
That was hilarious.
That was funny. Boy.
They've iced my road. I live on like a major road. It's not really. It's a huge cut through for a large area.
Yeah.
So they actually I salted my street. So I should be able to get out.
Okay. Our house is one of those houses where it's built on a hill. So like we're down in the basement technically, but it's really just the first story. But like back here is underground.
Yes.
If that makes sense. So we just always have to make sure that when it's gonna ice, that our cars are parked up. But people drive like absolute dingbats on my street.
Yeah.
I don't ever park in the road because like I've been hit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The Jeep that I don't have anymore.
Oh, that's right.
Got hit one time.
Wow. You weren't in it. It just
No. I just got a text.
You know what you should do? You actually should just get salt and just salt your thing.
Kelly's dad got me some last year, so I have some. So yeah, we could clear the road, but we just always try to park up and just put the emergency brake on the hill.
Yeah.
Anyways, whatever. But mom's not gonna want anybody driving.
No,
she doesn't want anybody slipping, sliding, dying, crying on her birthday.
I went to Trader Joe's with Mom yesterday. I said, Mom, it looks like it's going to be like 0 degrees and snow on your birthday. And she said, I know. She looked very disappointed. I said, Mom, your birthday's just at a bad time. And she said, it is in Tennessee, but it wasn't in Florida. It was a great time in Florida, January. So that made me sad. That kind of made me realize how Mom views Florida as home. Mom's got this whole other backlog of memories, like these core memories of birthdays that we would never know about.
Yeah.
And it made me have a new perspective on our mother. I was like, wow, Mom has these great memories of Florida as a kid, and it's like living in Australia. It like never. It's like opposite.
Yeah.
So she thinks of it as opposite.
What does it have to do with Australia?
Well, because right now, I'm thinking of this because there's some people across the street who are...
Because it's summertime in Australia right now? Okay.
There's some kids across the street who are visiting my neighbor, and they're Australian.
Like, why is it winter all of a sudden?
Right. So
what
none of what I'm saying is making sense, but this is my thought process. As I'm talking to Mom, talking about Florida, I'm thinking about these Australian kids across the street who I just met the same day.
It's the same thing.
It's just like the Australians.
Yeah, that's what it's like living in Florida. It's like living in Australia. No,
it just never changes.
Every winter, this is how I know I'm getting older. Every winter, I think more seriously about like, could we logistically just for a few months, is there a way we could go live down in Florida? Could we do it?
I think the problem is that you guys have gas. You have natural. No, you don't. You have a heat pump. Mom and Dad are the lucky ones.
What does that have? Why? What does that mean?
Well, a heat pump is just... I don't even know how to say this. It's a B. Gosh, it is.
What?
It's
okay, what is that?
It's like how your house heats.
Yeah, I know, but like, what is it?
Oh, because it's just so inefficient. It still works. It's just horrible. Mom and Dad have natural gas, which they just flip that thing on, and it's just the heat coming out. Like for us, we've got it sucking cold air, and it's trying to heat the thing. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's a total nightmare. So what I have to do, Josh, and this is my top story. We're in top stories still. I've been downstairs and I cleaned out the
Yeah?
our
Working on downstairs?
no, I'm not actually. That's the problem, Josh.
Shoot.
But I was cleaning out our why can't I think of the word? Our insert in our
Oh, in the fireplace? Yeah.
Thank you, Josh. And so I've just been keeping that thing going. I
okay.
would wake up in the middle of the night last night,
Yeah.
throw another log on, close the doors up.
Who is surprised to find out that Jordan has a real fireplace at his house?
And that's how I'm heating the downstairs.
Not me.
My heat pump is sucking. It's strategically placed in a certain place to suck up the warm air. This has been a whole thing since we bought this house. When we first bought that house, we had a pipe freeze downstairs, and I thought this heat pump sucks. And so we changed the intake, and the intake now goes up into the stairs where a fan blows down. Hot air in the roof blows because we have a cathedral ceiling. So the hot air is blowing down straight into the intake. And so it just circulates this warm air. It's not getting sucked in from the basement, the coldest section. So we've been great since then.
Okay. Well, good.
This was a long explanation of thermodynamics, Josh.
Good,
I don't
good.
really understand why.
I'm glad
heat transfer.
we got that. Anyways, happy birthday, Mom.